Okay, starting this video off here, there's going to be two different projects coming up. I thought I'd record it because in case there's anyone that can give me a hand, because I've never stripped one of these before. One of our family friends is part of the Morris Commercial Club in the UK, and they sent over a couple of books. They're fairly simple to work on, but what's happening here is this is my father's truck. When I go through everything that has to be done on it. That's a new head that's been put on it. That's been flattened. We've new gaskets for it, but the problem is the studs are stretching. The back here, they're all rusted and they're pulling up, and we torque it down. It's leaking water up to the studs, and we can torque it all down. We get the truck up to temperature, everything seals up for a couple of days, and then after that it'll start leaking a couple of days again later when everything's cooled down properly again, and we can torque it again, and we reckon the studs are stretching. My plan is to pull the head off. The head only takes 20 minutes to take off, not even 10 minutes, and get the studs out and get them changed. But the fork in the clutch has popped over the release bearing, and I have to get the gearbox out anyway. So my plan is to strip the front here, take the engine and box out together, put them on the bench so I can separate the engine and box while I'm looking at it on the bench. It'll make it easier for it to understand it. And I'll do the studs. So that's my plan now, is just get this all stripped. The water's been drained out of it. And I just want to get the front off and get that done. What's going to happen later on is it's going to get painted. This was painted in 85, my father. And it's just over the last 10 years when it's been in storage, it's got all scratched up. So that's going black again. I want to see what my family want to do about the colour here. And this is the project that's left. I was looking at it the last day. It's one of them cars that should have been crushed, but my father wanted a project. The floors were totally gone on it, but we had the car bench there, so it was put on that. And the chassis was redone on it. Everything's done on it really. The brakes are hooked up, clutch is hooked up. All it needs is the throttle cable hooked up, and the engine's been redone. The axles, all the suspension's been redone. So my plan here is just to get it fired up. I'm going to get all the car parts, the roof, bolt everything back up onto it, bring it for a spin, make sure everything works right, and then when I've just got the bodywork to do, I'll come back and redo all the bodywork. I want to get this done first, get it running where I can drive it whenever I want, and then put it into storage, and then I can just take it out on Sundays whenever I need to. The next thing I'm going to do now is get this pulled apart. Yeah, we had the head off of me and my brother. I think it takes 10 minutes to take it off. It doesn't even, probably 5 minutes to take it off. So easy to work on. But yeah, I just thought I'd pull the whole lot out and I can have a good look at what I'm working on. Thought I'd give a quick update. A couple of minutes in here. I stripped all together already. The only thing I've taken off here is all the stuff for the timing and the advanced cable. You see, I'm going to take off the exhaust next this side, and then this carburetor just bolts off. All it is a couple of links here. I had this off already to clean out the filters because the fuel was dirty. Just them two bolts or nuts and it's off. There's a couple of springs there, and then after that, then I'm near enough for disconnecting the drive line and pulling it out. Yeah, it's going to be fucking heavy because that head alone was heavy. So I don't know what this weighs. Let's see how it goes anyway. Hopefully it comes out this way. Might have to pull this off. But yeah, I've been using metric all so far because everything's a bit rusted and jacked up. So metric fits everything better. But coming on to this exhaust stuff here now, I think they're the proper nuts and bolts for it, or the Whitworth, whatever the fuck they are. So I'm going to go down, look through the shelving here and see can I get a set of old tools out. So I'm just going to pause. I just thought I'm going to pause this now because it's going to take me an hour probably to get the tools. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get this out. I'll come back now and I start again. Okay, back at it here again today. That bit of time lapse you seen in the first bit was yesterday, and that was about 40 minutes work. That's all I got on it. But hopefully today now I'm going to get a good few hours on it here now and get it at least tidied up to where I can pull everything out. If I don't get it out, because I want to spend a bit of time pulling it, because I have a feeling it's going to be really heavy. A lot heavier than I think it's going to be. So yeah, I'm just going to start pulling everything apart again now. The only other thing I did off camera was this wiring for the headlights. I want to pull this off. I'm hoping that doesn't affect the fenders too much. It doesn't weaken them. But I'll see, once I get it off I'll know. And yeah, I'm going to start with this. Then be the exhaust, carburetor. And then I'll work my way back under and see what's on the box. Shouldn't be too much more down there. The starter looks like it's bolted to the starter's down there. Looks like it's bolted to the gearbox. That plate, you see there. Right, that red wire. Right. I'm just going to start on a separate minute. Okay, I'm back here at this again. It's probably been a month since I've touched this. I think I'll have to look at the dates. We had other things come up and I was doing another job. But problem on this, I know nothing about these engines and pulling the gearbox apart. But I knew as a kid that it wasn't just as simple as unbolting these and pulling that box off, that there was something involved on the inside. And it was thanks to the Bullnose Morris Club and on Facebook. I just got onto them last night and they told me exactly what you had to do. I had a bit of an idea by looking at pictures on YouTube. But for someone like me who's been kind of thrown in the deep end here, that's never touched this before, but the clutch was stuck on as well. And on that Bullnose Morris, or the Bullnose and Flathead, whatever Facebook page, a couple of people had the same problems where the pedal was stuck down as well. And I might put everything back in. I have the forks taken out and there's little keys in there that you don't want to lose down the gearbox, but you don't have to pull out. But someone said that, I think they said this key broke on them and that's why the clutch pedal went to the ground. But you need to lock it in place and put it back together. Yeah, it's very nice to work on. It's just you really need to know what you're doing. I don't have a manual for this. That's my biggest problem. The books I have are these. Kind of rough idea, but it's just about the truck. And then there's a couple of service manuals for schools and stuff that I have inside, and that's not really good either. It's just kind of explaining the way things work, not exactly in detail how this comes out and the procedure step by step. But I think I have it now. So what I'm going to do here next is the clutch plate is connected to the flywheel on the engine through these. These are directly on the flywheel, and there's 6 of them, and they're held in by a spring, and then a pin goes through it. I'll show you. All right, I'll leave that there. If you like this, like and subscribe to this, and keep going. Subscribing is free, which a lot of people didn't actually know, including my sister. So hit the subscribe button. It is actually free. All right.